Do you want to know the 8 common career mistakes you could easily avoid if only you knew what they were? Well, today I'll share them with you and what you can do to avoid them. Mistake number 1, lack of clarity. Imagine walking through a labyrinth with no intent, no purpose, just mindlessly wandering, essentially asleep. That's how most people live their lives. Years ago, one of my dear teachers, Lama Marut, explained to me the purpose of a labyrinth. He said, labyrinths are used as a way to quiet the mind, recover balance in life, create insights and self-reflection, trace a path to clarity. The mistake to avoid is to pursue a career change asleep, hoping things will work out. Now imagine walking through the labyrinth of career change with full attention and awake. Mistake number 2, ignoring transferable skills. Think of your skills as tools in a blacksmith's forge. A blacksmith has to pay attention to detail. She has to have design skills and knowledge, plus thinking and reasoning skills. They can be used for different career paths. Just like when our friend Geni, an accountant, entered the world of marketing and became a LinkedIn influencer. You can check out our podcast interview with her here. It's titled Extraordinary Lessons from an Ordinary Woman. I promise you'll have fun with that one, as Geni is also a stand-up comedian. It's inspiring. Anyway, her desire was to connect with people, not just balancing a spreadsheet. Geni combined her considerable social skills with her financial skills, and the combination of the two set her apart in the workplace to become a sought-after team member and public speaker. Mistake number 3, skipping research. Picture planning a trip without understanding your destination. It would be absurd to hop into the boat and just sail off hoping for the best. A friend of ours, Harry, attended Harvard Law School. According to my research, a year at Harvard Law School costs around $111,000. Anyway, he finished law school and got a job in Silicon Valley. He lasted about 9 months and found out he hated being a lawyer. Luckily, he found his path and became an amazing Buddhist teacher, which saved his mind and life. Now, the obvious lesson here is do deep research on the actual day-to-day reality of the career you are considering. Mistake number 4, neglecting networking. Building a career without network is like constructing a skyscraper without support beams. If something happens to the building, it collapses fast. According to some studies, 85% of jobs are found through networking. Now, my friend James is an extremely talented writer. He spent 3 years connecting with as many people as possible and making small offers of help. As his skills increased, so did his success, because when the people he connected with in a helpful way found out how exceptional he is, they told everybody. Now, I'm not saying you have to spend 3 years connecting, but the sooner you start, who knows where opportunities lie for you. Mistake number 5, rushing the transition. Imagine attempting to bake a cake in half the time it needs. It would taste awful. Just like a cake, transitions take time. The previous tips spell out part of what to do. Now, Caroline took some sketchy advice that she should leave her steady paycheck, health insurance, and an okay job to follow her bliss. Just go for it, the guru told her. High on the rush of dopamine, she jumped ship more or less on impulse. Well, you know the rest. Lesson learned. Don't rush a transition. Mistake number 6. Fear of failure. Consider giving up on scaling a mountain after encountering the first obstacle. Now this one is tricky. It takes actual experience to figure out what fear is telling you. Fear is sometimes a message of real danger that you need to pay attention to. And sometimes it's about something that may not be true. The skill is being able to tell the difference between the two. That's where a simple meditation or contemplation or writing practice can really help. It's hard to see through water if it's muddy. That's what our minds are like, much of the time. Muddy. Imagine what a clear mind can do for you to discern the messages of fear. That's what meditation or a mindfulness practice can give you. Mistake number 7. Ignoring feedback. Imagine sailing a ship without adjusting your course based on the winds and tides. Thomas, a former colleague of mine, got caught up in an online get-rich-quick scheme. Now, Thomas is very intelligent and certainly nobody's fool. And yet, he ended up taking out a loan against his house and ignored what his friends were urging him to pay attention to. Sometimes very intelligent people are most susceptible to schemes like this because they believe they are so smart they don't have to listen to other people. I won't bother you with a sad ending. You know it already. The lesson here? Duh! Get good feedback from people who have experience and you can trust. And finally, mistake number 8. Not seeking guidance. Imagine you want to learn how to be a heart surgeon by watching YouTube videos. I know, that's absurd. But very bright people often have a blind spot, and that is they think they can figure out all on their own. Often they think they are saving money by doing everything themselves. I don't know about you, but I don't want a heart surgeon who trained on YouTube videos operating on me. Get the best guidance you can, but do your research deeply before picking a guide. And there you have it. The 8 common career change mistakes to avoid. Remember, your career change is a journey, much like a captivating story. With clarity as your narrative, transferable skills as your plot twists, research as your world building, networking as your ensemble cast, patience as your character development, courage as your climax, feedback as your editing process, and guidance as your guiding author. Your story can be one of growth and transformation. And if you don't know where to start, start with us, here on our channel. For that, please subscribe. It's free, and leave a comment, which helps us grow the channel and create more content like this for you. Or you're someone in midlife who is stuck, trying to figure out what's next. Join us for our next free live and interactive workshop, How to Reinvent Your Career in Midlife in 5 steps. Reserve your seat at Whatsnext.com/workshops.